Hey, what's up, champions? Happy New Year. Well, I wish for you guys all the best. I wish for you to have the best year ever in 2019. So let's talk about it for a minute. 2019 just started. Today is the first day of the year, right? So one of my favorite things about the New Year's is that it's a fresh start. It's a clean slate. So it's a chance for you to start it fresh, to do it differently. You know, the best part about the new year is that we haven't messed it up yet. Right? So it's our chance to really focus and think, okay, what do I want to make out of this year? Will this year just be another year that goes by, that slips through your fingers? Or is this going to be the year that everything changes? You know, are you going to look back at the end of 2019 and go, hey, yeah, just another year gone by? Or will it be the year where you're going to say, this was the year that everything has changed in my life? Hey, Raina. Hey, Taylor. How are you guys doing? Hope you're well. So really you need to start thinking, what do you want to do with this year? And you have to make a decision to make the 2019 your best year ever. Now, why do I say decision? Because I like that word. Because if you think about it, decide has the same ending as homicide, suicide, genocide. What does it mean? The side means the death of something. So when you decide, you kill off all that past. You get rid of all what's been stopping you before. You get rid of all of the things that may have prevented you from achieving your goals, your dreams, your ambitions in the past. Right? So when you really decide, it stops. It stops affecting you. The past stops affecting you. The bad decisions you made stops affecting you. The bad things that happened to you stop affecting you. And you make a decision to make a new start. Hey, Dan, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're well. Happy New Year's. Right? So you have to make that decision to make 2019 the best year ever. Now, unfortunately, you can't wish your results to get better, because results are just there. You can look at them and go, well, I wish I had more money. Well, okay, let me just stare at my bank account and hopefully the money will start increasing. You just can't wish results to increase or change, because results are the results. They are after fact. They are result of something. So you can't change your results, but what you can change is the activity that causes those results. So if you were not happy with your earnings in 2018, if you were not happy with your health in 2018, if you were not happy with your relationship in 2018, there's no point sitting there and saying, well, I wish my relationship was better. I wish I was making more money. I wish, that, my health was better. It's a result. It's an effect. It's not a cause. It's an effect. You need to change the cause. And the cause is your actions. And your actions are primarily determined by your habits. Your habits will dictate what sort of actions you do on a daily basis. Yes, sometimes you'll do actions that are out of the blue, but most of the time, you will be doing the actions that are dictated by your habits. So if you're eating bad food, probably it's a habit. If you're not great at relationships, with your wife or your husband or your children, again, it's probably a habit. If you're not great with money, guess what? Probably you have bad money habits, right? So there's no way you can change the result by wishing, but you can change your habits. You can start building new habits that will help you in 2019 then to get better results, right? And maybe make more money. Maybe, have other things in life that you desire, right? Reach your goals, reach your ambitions, etc. So focus on the activity and not on the results. Hey, Framwa, thanks for tuning in, right? So focus on the results, not on the results, on the activity and not on the results, right? Because results, again, you don't have control over your results. Hey, Natalia, thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year. Right? You can't control your results, like how many people is going to join your business, or how many people are going to buy your products, or you can't control that, but you can control your activity. So focus on your activity. What will I do every single day? How many people will I talk to every single day? What sort of activities will I do in order to cause the results, right? Get addicted to the activity and not the result. The reason why a lot of people fail in network marketing and home-based business is because they get addicted to the result. They go and see somebody to talk to them about the business. Hey, Polly, thanks for tuning in. So they go to speak to somebody about the business and they already have an addiction in their head for them to join the business. And if they don't join the business, they're upset, they're mad, they want to quit the business, whatever, right? Because they had an addiction to the result, to the person joining the business or buying the products. Instead, what we should have is addiction to activity. So I'm addicted to talking to that person about the business, but not to the result, because I can't control the result, but I can control activity. Does that make sense to you? Do you get it? So if you get addicted to reaching so many people out on social media, talking to so many people face to face, talking to your team members, etc., all of those things are activities. If you get addicted to activity and you start doing the activity every single day, then guess what? You'll get the results. There's no way not to get the results. So what you need is a DMO, a daily method of operation, which is a list of activities that you can work on. In our team, people who want to get results fast, they become part of what we call Millionaires in Training, MIT, a group of people who work consistently every single day on achieving their dreams, on achieving their ambitions. Hey, Renata, thanks for tuning in. So what they get a DMO, they get an activity plan, very simple, nothing complicated, nothing that an ordinary person couldn't do. But if only even they do that minimum activity every single day, they'll start seeing the results pretty rapidly in their business, right? So think about what habits you want to develop in 2019. And what that DMO, the activity list, helps these people is to develop habits. Because if you start doing something every single day, even if it's a little activity, even if it's eating healthy breakfast or drinking a glass of water when you first woke up, or, having a walk around, your area, or a run if you can run, or doing money-making habits, money-making activities. So even if you do those little activities, they'll start building into a habit if you do it for long enough, right? So what habits do you want to start developing in 2019? Maybe it's relationship habits, maybe it's health habits, maybe it's money-making habits. In our business, we try to teach people money-making habits so that this way, once they develop those habits, they can start making money on a consistent basis, right? Now, what's super important is not to get overwhelmed, because a lot of people use that as an excuse. They go, oh, it's a new year, it's so overwhelming, there's so many things I want to do, there's so many things I want to change, so I'll do nothing. Because I'm overwhelmed, right? That's the last thing you want to do. So you want to target things one by one and start what we call stacking habits, or building a stack of habits. So instead of starting to develop 50 new habits right away, which is super difficult and super hard, instead, why not start developing one habit? Do something simple activity for 21 days in a row and you've built a habit. Then you go, okay, I'll add a second habit on top of that. I'll start doing this also every single day. And now you do those two things every single day for next 21 days. And you've built a second habit. Then you go, let me add a third habit. And then you do those 3 habits every single day for 21 days. And now you've built. By the end of the year, you have built up another 12 or 13 new habits that are making you more money, that are making you a healthier person, that are making you a better wife, husband, dad, mom, daughter, son, brother, sister, etc. So you can develop those habits one by one. So don't try to change everything in one go. Try to build those habits one at a time, right? And one of the best ways to do that is to get an accountability partner. In our team, what we do is people who want to get results quickly and who want to change their life, we work with them one-to-one, where on a daily, they get the activity plan, they get the DMO, so they do their activities every single day and they report back. So they did their activities and they report back, hey, that's what I've done today. That's what I've done today. And then a couple of times a week, that gives them accountability, so that they're accountable to somebody, because the easiest person to let down is ourselves, right? Like that's what most people do. They make New Year's resolutions. They go, oh, I'm gonna, lose weight, or I'm gonna quit smoking, or I'm gonna do that. And 3 days later, they already stopped. Why? Because the easiest person to let down or to disappoint is ourselves. Because most of us been doing it all our life. So it's so easy to do that, right? Not so easy to let down another person. So when you're accountable to somebody, when you have to report your activity level, when you have to report what you've done every single day to somebody else, it's harder to let down that person. And that's why sometimes people do more for others than they would do for themselves. Strange, I know, but it's just the way it is, right? So in our team, we have this accountability program where people report results, and then 2-3 times a week, they also get a coaching call where they speak to a mentor, a more experienced leader who can guide them, direct them, help them to grow as a business person, as a leader, etc., which again builds onto their confidence level, builds onto their skill set, so they can even do more. They can even build more useful habits. They can even achieve better results, etc., right? So if anything, you might want to get an accountability partner in 2019. Speak to your friend, speak to your business partner, speak to somebody and say, hey, can we become accountability partners? Can we sort of look after each other? Can we sort of, give a hard time to each other sometimes to make sure that we stay on track with our goals, with our ambitions in 2019, so that we do reach, what we want, so that we do make this year the best year ever. And the most important thing is to stay consistent. Consistency is probably one of the most important words in business and in life. If you want anything to work, you have to be consistent with it, which means you need to do the thing over and over and over again over a prolonged period of time. The biggest mistake most people do, like I said earlier on, they make the New Year's resolution, but then they don't see it through. They don't stick to it long enough. They do it for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then they give up. Because they go, oh, I didn't get the result. I didn't get the six-pack. I didn't lose all the weight. I didn't, whatever, right? But it does take time. And same in business. If you want to start making money in 2019, running your own home-based business in network marketing, guess what? You need to stay consistent at it. Because the worst thing is inconsistency. When you work for 3 days, then you stop for 2 days. Then you work for 3 days, then you stop for any momentum you're building up, you're killing it off when you stop working. Any momentum you're building up, you're killing it off when you stop the momentum. And it's just so difficult then, because for you, it's so disappointing. It must be so disappointing because it looks like it's going to start and then it stops. It looks like it's going to start and then it stops. It's just so crushing. So what you want to do, that's why in our team, we give a daily method of operation. Not Monday to Friday method of operation, not when you feel like it method of operation, but daily method of operation, which means that a person does the activity even though it's small, but every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. What this does, it builds a habit where they get used to doing it every single day. It's no longer a thing for them. It's no longer a big deal for them because they're consistently doing that activity on a daily basis. And that's really the key to stay consistent with anything. If you want to get consistent with anything, keep doing it every single day. Even if I'd rather you do smaller activity, but every single day, than do huge activity one day and then nothing for a week. Because it's a roller coaster. It's so difficult to maintain that sort of level, right? So think about what's your vision? I know they talk a lot about why. They say your why should make you cry and your goals should be important. And it is important to set your goals because you know what they say? They say if you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail, right? So definitely it's important to set goals. What's your goal for January? What would you like to achieve in January? How much money would you like to make in January? How many people would you like to bring into the business? How many customers you'd like to find and so on. What's your goal for the first 3 months? What's your goal for the first 6 months? What's your goals for the whole of 2019? So you have to have short-term goals, medium-term goals, long-term goals. Hey, Raimonda, thanks for tuning in, right? So you want to have all of that. However, one of the biggest things I would advise you to work on in 2019 is to working on a vision of what person you want to become. What person do you want to become in 2019 and beyond? Now, why I say that? Because that is a bigger driver than the goal, than getting that car, than getting that check, than getting that money, than getting that house, than getting that trip. All of those things can motivate you. All of those things can excite you, and they're important to have. But who you want to become is a bigger driver. I'll tell you why. Because when it's a good day, it's like 1st of January, let's go crush it, let's go rock and roll it, you're excited, you're fired up, and you want to get that brand new Mercedes, or you want to get that 10,000 pound check, or whatever, and you go chase it. It's awesome. But when it's a bad day, when you don't feel like it, when you had a bad day yesterday, or you had a bad week, or even a bad month, and you don't feel like doing anything, that car might not excite you that much. Those money might not excite you that much. That whatever might not excite you that much. But the vision of who you want to become will keep you going, will get you out of the bed. Because you wake up in the morning and you say to yourself, maybe I shouldn't do anything today. Maybe I shouldn't bother. Maybe I should just relax, etc. And then there's going to be a little voice in your head saying, hey, but the person you want to become would not stay in bed. The person you want to become would jump out of bed, dress up, show up, and do what has to be done. The person you want to become would still make that call. The person you want to become would still speak to that team member. The person you want to become would still start a conversation with that person in a shop. The person you want to become would still, reach out to those people on social media, and so on and so on. So the person that you want to become will drive you more and make you more responsible and make you more accountable than your goals, than your why. Does that make sense? So think about, what sort of person do I want to become? What's the end game here? Making money is great and it's important, and, getting holidays and luxury. But, like if you had all the money in the world, you go to the beach, you relax, etc. What happens after a week? You get bored with it. Right? So for most people, the top ranking ambition or the top ranking need, if you look at the Maslow's pyramid, hey Irina, thanks for tuning in. If you look at the Maslow's pyramid, at the bottom is food and shelter and things like that. But at the very top, the top of the Maslow's pyramid says growth and contribution, self-actualization. So for most people, the end game is not making the money. Making money is just a part of the journey. But the end game is growth and contribution. What sort of person do I want to become? And how do I want to impact the world? What do I want to leave after I'm gone? How do I want to influence my family, my children, my community, my team, my tribe, my business? That's usually the end game, right? So think about, what sort of person do I want to become in 2019? And then act like it. So when it's a bad day, when you don't want to get out of bed, when you don't want to do something, remind yourself, say, hey, the person I want to become would not stay in bed. The person I want to become would not avoid making that phone call. The person I want to become would not avoid to make that action. They would do it. They would jump out of bed. They would go and crush it, right? So that will drive you more than anything else. Okay, guys? So hope you got value from this training. If you did get value from this training, feel free to share it. That's a huge favor for me, first of all. And also, you're helping to spread the word, and maybe somebody else will find useful this training and this education. And if you're already in home-based business, then head over to titaniumsuccess.co.uk/sales, where I got a free training for you on 26 different ways how to find customers and how to sell more products. Have a fantastic day. Happy New Year. Have a massive, massive 2019. The best year ever. Let's go crush it, guys. Bye for now.